Have you ever wished you could be one of the great thinkers in the modern world? Have you yearned to be a master of deductive reasoning, comparable to Aristotle and other well-known philosophers? Well, I'm here to help you in that endeavor. I'm here to help you expand your ability to think much more deeply and make you a better critical thinker. Now, the majority of people who don't think deeply are thinking one of two things right now. Before I say those two things, please note that me saying the phrase, people who don't think deeply, is not an insult to any one individual out there. The vast majority of people don't take the time to really ponder questions, statements, and material. I confess I have also conducted myself in this manner many times in my lifetime, and still do it today, though not as much. Anyways, people who don't think deeply are thinking one of two things right now. One,
who does this pretentious asshole think he is, trying to tell me how to think? Does he consider himself the next Socrates or something? Give me a break.
And two,
cool. This sounds like fun.
One of these thoughts is the most likely scenario for superficial thinkers. Again, the term superficial thinker is not a derogatory comment. Being a superficial thinker doesn't mean your whole persona is superficial. You can still be caring, well-mannered, cordial, friendly, and all other characteristics that people find endearing. A superficial thinker is just as it sounds. Someone who has an immediate thought to another person's response, something basic in nature that manifests itself in an insult or a comment that is direct correlation to what the person said and nothing more. Now, what about a deep thinker? A deep thinker would most likely have a different response to my earlier comment, but even if they did have one of the two thoughts I mentioned earlier, their thought processes wouldn't end there. As an example,
this guy is a pretentious douchebag trying to teach me how to think deeply. Who does he think he is? But now that I think about it, how does thinking deeply even benefit us? Well, I guess being able to think deeply means we are able to see the world from different viewpoints. But why does seeing the world in different viewpoints even matter? Well, I guess in order to understand what a person is going through, I have to see things from their point of view. But why should I want to see things from someone else's point of view? Why should I want to know what people are going through? I guess because if I know what they are going through, I know how to act around them. Maybe I can help them in some way, like if they are troubled, or maybe I could even teach them things about the world that they never considered. Maybe that person could make me a better person. Maybe that person and I could become great friends. Or maybe we could become involved in an intimate relationship. Who knows? I could find my soulmate.
This is just one example of the thought processes that a deep thinker may experience. And this process manifests itself in the ability to view things at their most basic composition. But how can you do this? How can you get in the habit of deducing things to their most basic form? Our reactions to comments, videos, remarks, etc. are primarily involuntary. They have become ingrained in our persona since we were young, and most of these involuntary actions are habitual by now. So how can we change this? Where do we start? The answer is quite simple. Act like a child again. We've all known someone who constantly asks the question, why? Normally, this is a young child, and depending on the mood we're in, we may find this behavior funny or irritating. It may go something like this.
Daddy, why are you gone all day?
Because I have to go to work, buddy.
Why?
So I can make money.
Why?
Well, in order to take care of you and Mom, we need money to provide us with things like food, clothing, and a house.
Why do we need money for that?
We just do, son.
But why?
It's just the way it is.
Why?
Okay, son, you really need to stop now.
Why?
Oh my God, stop it! If you ask why one more time, I'm gonna put you in timeout, and you think going to hell is scary. Just wait until timeout.
No, not Grandma's house.
Okay, the conversation may not end like that, but I think you get the point. A child lacks the cognitive abilities to understand the world around them, and it is because of this that they may repeatedly ask the question of why. But then again, they might just be doing it in order to get a rise out of you as well. But the process is relatable to deep and critical thinking. You should get in a habit of asking yourself questions, especially questions of why and what if. Follow this thought process, and you'll begin to realize that the ability to think critically can open up a whole new world for you. It can show you a whole new understanding of things you see and hear on a regular basis. It can help you better understand and become more involved in your normal, everyday conversations. And it can also help you in debates with others. If your opponent makes a blanket statement or a generalization, and this is more of a conversational debate, not a timed formal debate, but if your opponent makes a blanket statement, you can use the questions of why and what if to dive deeper into their political beliefs. There are many people, both left and right wing, who know their political talking points, but when you actually get them to try to expand on their beliefs and you dive deeper into their philosophy, many of these people's arguments break down and you discover that they truly don't understand the positions they are advocating for. They only understand the basic talking points they are accustomed to hearing, and this is superficial thinking. As an example, and this is one I read a lot on Twitter or hear about quite often from ignorant people, so it's kind of fun to go over. But as an example,
I hate Trump so much. I can't believe Russia was the reason he won the election.
Russia was the reason Trump won? Why do you say that? You know Russia didn't hack any ballots, right?
Right, but they helped the Trump campaign.
How?
Well, they put out propaganda that damaged Hillary.
What kind of propaganda?
Well, like Hillary's a bad person, that she is corrupt.
Okay, well, that wasn't a specific example. But even if it was, do you think that that type of propaganda was the reason Michigan and Wisconsin voted Republican? Two states that voted Democrat for the past 28 years?
Well, no, I mean, there's more to it than that.
Such as?
Well, I mean, Russia, fuck you.
I want to give a special shout out to all my supporters and especially my patrons. I have recently created a Maker Support account, and so if you want to give me a donation, but not on a monthly basis like you have to with Patreon, then you can find the link in the description. I am trying to grow this channel enough so I can do this full time. If I'm able to do this full time, you will see lots more edited videos like this, as well as well-researched videos. I tend to do edited and heavily researched videos every now and then, but I like to do them more on a regular basis. I will post a couple links to some playlists of mine where you can see what I am referring to. Most people tend to enjoy those types of videos more than my screen capture monologues, but they also require a lot more work on my part, and it's hard for me to do videos like those and videos like this when I work as much as I do. Anyways, I don't like flat out asking for money, so if you're interested in other ways to support me, feel free to share my videos to everyone you know. Like and subscribe, and spread the word in general. You can also find my Twitter handle in the description, where you can receive instant notifications and updates regarding my channel. I have so many projects that I want to do, but I keep losing focus and getting sidetracked. Hopefully, I'm able to accomplish some of them because I know you will really enjoy them, and a couple I've been trying to do for a long time now. Okay, I've rambled on enough, and I'm done.